Hey guys, welcome again. So yesterday we read 65, 66, and 67. Remember that you were supposed to copy the homeworks that I gave you at the end of the video in cursive, the question with a pen that was in red, pink, and orange, and the answers in print with a pen. I know that some of you send me things like, oh, I didn't see and I did it this way. Well, I'm giving you instructions and I'm hoping that you are successfully achieving those instructions because I'm giving the instructions for a purpose. So I hope that you're doing the homework as I said. Remember, don't upload anything. Work at home, do your work, and when I say, guys, it's for Friday, you already have it done. Don't upload anything before I ask you anything. Okay, so yesterday I told you that I will research if the moon was a satellite because it doesn't say in here, and I didn't really know. And yes, it's a natural satellite. So today we are going to read page 68. Okay, so let's start. Page 68. This one. This picture looks different. See how green the earth looks in here in 67 and see how different it looks in here? There's no green in there, only brown and white. Okay. Day, night, and the seasons. As Earth revolves around the sun, it also rotates or spins around. An imaginary line called an axis. An axis? Sorry, these are yesterday's. It's because I record everything the same day. Okay, so if this is planet Earth and it goes around like this, it's not that it has an atmosphere around it. Well, it does, but not like other atmospheres that we see that are rings. In this case, I'm just making the video to show you that it goes tuk 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 around. Now, have you seen a top? When you put some string around it and you pull, it goes around. You just wrap the top with it and you just throw it and it goes around. Now, in this case, planet Earth possesses something called an axis. An axis is an imaginary line that keeps Earth, and probably this is related to the gravity, that makes it be in that way. Because otherwise, if this is North America, sorry, my drawings are a little ugly. If this is North America, Central America, and South America, this is America, and we didn't have an axis, then this is what planet Earth would do. It would go around crazy. Like the balls when you're playing outside and you throw a ball, it goes crazy. The axis keeps it steady in one side. It moves, it tilts a little. It tilts sometimes this way, sometimes this way, depending on the seasons. Now, you know that Honduras doesn't have 4 seasons, like the States or Japan or, I don't know other countries. I know those two. That they have winter, summer, spring, and autumn or fall. We only have, basically we have 2. We have winter and summer and spring and fall. But in all of those, you're going to expect rain, heat, and then some cold weather at night, and then at noon, kind of like 10, 12, awful heat. And then, or because we live in a tropical country that is surrounded by oceans and we're a very small country, we don't have snow, we don't have a fall that is completely orange. Sometimes we have rainy seasons for months, but sometimes it's a rainy season that is hot. So Honduras, Remember this because it's gonna come in your questions. Doesn't have four. It has 4 seasons, but we don't have them like other countries. We don't have those beautiful snowy days where you can wear coats and boots and gloves and all that. We have basically two, and they're very. If we talk about it informally, we have heat and coldness. That's what we have, and we may expect rain at any second. But depending, if you go to San Pedro, oh my God, it's so hot, but also can rain any second. Um, so according to the book, the seasons are caused by the tilt of the planet on the axis. Remember that we go around the sun. So when we are really close to the sun, we have summer days. When the planet is tilted like this, and when that happens, then North America, Central America, and South America are closer to the sun, so the sun waves hits us stronger, and we can feel heat like Semana Santa, hot. But when the axis tilts away from it like this, and we are far from the sun rays, then we have winter because we are far from the heat source. We're not really close to it. So the seasons are caused not only because we tilt up and down, but because we go around it. And that's how day and night happens. Now, if you didn't understand this, go back again and review it. Now, how does day and night happen? Day and night happen because as a planet, we go around in circles, remember? But we always go around the sun. So when we go around the sun, for an example, and like right now is daylight. So in daylight, we are specifically in front of the sunlight, like this, and other continents behind us are not. So all the sun only hits these areas. If we make it in orange, it would be a little better understandable. Like this. I hope you can see it. So all of that causes the day that we have right now, the sun. And all of this doesn't have a sunlight, doesn't have a source of light. So this would be night for some people, let's say for China, I don't really know. Or Spain, because some of you have relatives in Spain. Actually, my sister lives in Korea, and she says one day I was talking to her at, I think that it was like 9 p.m. in here, 9 in the night, and she said that it was 7 in the morning, and I was like, what? So when we have the sun facing us, then we have day. But when the planet goes around and then the other side of the planet doesn't get all the sunlight because the sunlight doesn't hit the other side of the planet, then they have night. But then it can happen the opposite. Let's say, for an example, when you're going to bed, it's because America, North America, South America, and Central America, that would be Honduras, and this would be another continent. And then when we turn around, because we turn around all day, you can see how we can see in the morning that it's kind of light, and then at 8 in the morning it's lighter, 10, 12, 1, 2, 3, it's super sunny, and then like at 4 it starts receding, 5, 6 is getting night, 7 is completely dark. and on and on. It's because we were turning around slowly. All day we were moving around slowly until we made it in here. It takes 24 hours for the planet to go around itself completely. 24 hours. That's a whole day and night. So we made a revolution. Remember, revolution is going around. So we made a revolution and now we don't have a light. So this is going to become night for us because we don't have a light anymore. But the other continent, let's say my sister in Korea, she's gonna get the sun because the sun doesn't move. We move around the sun. We orbit it and also we have revolutions around it. So now they are going to have a very sunny day because they are getting all the sunlight in this side of the planet. So the axis that we were talking in the beginning keeps the planet steady. This is the word steady. It keeps it in the same place. I told you sometimes it tilts, but it doesn't do this. It never does this. Okay? It's always like this, a little like this, or a little like this. So the axis's work is to keep the planet in one area constantly. It tilts a little, but nothing more than that. Because what would happen if we didn't have an axis? The same thing that would happen if we didn't have gravity. We would float around in a crazy way. We would go around like a marvel. And then can you imagine trying to discover like, okay, day and night, day and night, day and night, day, it would be crazy. So this keeps the order of when we are going to have day and night added to the revolutions, added to the orbit that we go around the sun. So that is a long explanation for only one page. 69. You can see in 69 how the axis is drawn in the different stages of the orbit of the planet. And you can see in there that it says spring, fall, winter, summer. You can see in here that sometimes the Earth is closer to the sun when it's fall or spring in here. But when we are in this area and we tilt, we have summer over here, and when it's tilted like this and we're farther from the sun, we have winter. So we go around in circles. The closer that we get to the sun, the hotter that the weather will get. And the farther that we get from the sun, it will be colder. Let's read it. 69. When the northern hemisphere of Earth tilts toward the sun, this area enjoys the warm days of summer. The sun rays are stronger in summer. The hours of daylight are longer. I think that doesn't affect Central America, but it does affect the states. When the northern hemisphere of Earth tilts away from the sun, the cold days of winter arrive. The sun's rays are weaker. There are fewer minutes of daylight. Some places have only a few hours of daylight in the winter. In between the summer months and the winter months come the seasons of spring and fall. In spring, Earth is drawing closer to the sun, and in fall, it's moving farther away. So this is basically what I was explaining you with the season. We go around, the farther that we go from the sun, the colder that we will be. And the closer that we go to the sun, the hotter that we will be. That's how the seasons work. The seasons work according to the axis and according to the revolution of Earth. Okay? So, let's write a couple questions. Remember, question in cursive with a pen that is not pink, no orange, no red. And the answer with a pencil in print. Okay? Okay, so let's do this. Question number 5, right? I gave you 4 questions last time, I think. If I'm wrong, I'm sorry. 4 or 5? Let's say 5. How does day and night happen? How does day and night happen? How? How do we have sometimes light and sometimes night? How does day and night happen? Remember this? The earth goes around the axis in a revolution in 24 hours. When we get the sunlight, we have day. And when we don't, we have night. I just gave you the answer. Okay, question number 6. What is the importance of the axis? This is the axis. It's called axis. What is the importance of the axis in day and night? What is the importance of the axis in day and night? Remember that if it wasn't for the axis, we wouldn't be doing this. We would be doing something like this, so it's really important. And question number 7. What would happen if we didn't have an axis? What would happen if we didn't have an axis and we still made revolutions? We would go how? In order or crazy? In last questions, how does seasons work? How does seasons work? Remember, seasons work depending on the revolutions of the earth with the help of the axis. The closer that we get to the sun, the hotter. The farther that we get from the sun, the colder. So that's how seasons work. So I just gave you every answer for the question. It's up to you to stop the video and copy. Stop the video and copy. And if you don't understand, go back all the way and start again. I hope you have an amazing day, guys. And I hope we can finish this story hopefully in 2 or 3 more days. See you guys.